I know what you're thinking. I'm back! Just kidding, you're not thinking that. You're like, Izzy, what's up? What are you doing? Where have you been? And the answer is I've been busy. I will get into that later. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna cut right to it. I'm back. I'm making YouTube videos. I'm editing the videos. In 5 seconds, let me tell you what's been up. Started working full time. My whole life went topsy-turvy. I suddenly became, how do you say, a gremlin. I became a little gremlin that worked and was stressed and then complained about work and then really had trouble balancing the work life. Became really not in tune with how I was feeling. I was getting migraines on the regular, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours of screen time a day. I'm a sprinter, not a marathon runner. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to learn how to be a marathon runner. One might say that I want to become someone that can do a light jog and just like running instead of seeing everything that I do as a sprint and seeing everything that I do as a race and just exhausting myself all the time because I need to be the best and I need to dedicate my whole life to this one thing and not cling to stress. Obviously, like, I didn't choose to be stressed, but I hit a point where I realized maybe I really got to do something about this. I can't keep blaming work for not showing up for myself and not taking care of myself or feeding myself well or going outside. There's so much that I just let completely fade to the background this past year. Now I'm gonna reclaim that. I'm gonna reclaim that time. It's a lot. There's a lot of things happening. I'm excited to share with you what's been on my mind, what's been going on. But I should probably get my day going. I'll see you in a bit. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name's Izzy. I'm excited to get to know you. I love you. Let's get freaking started on the day.
Another lazy afternoon. The clouds covered in gray. Third coffee of the day. Almost fell asleep on Zoom. I yawn at the display. Third meeting of the day. But I can hear raindrops tap dancing on the roof. It's like they're calling out, don't lose your youth. Cause I can stay inside and tap away inside. Oh, make today just a little less mundane. Oh, I can stay inside and tap away inside. Oh, take today, go dancing in the rain. A little child, I naturally would see magic in the world around me. Now I often get so tired, it's harder just to be fascinated, breathing free. But I can hear raindrops tap dancing on the roof. It's like they're calling out, don't lose your youth. Cause I can stay inside and inside. Oh, make today just a little less mundane. Oh, I can stay inside and tap away inside. Oh, take today, go dancing in the rain. Hey, woo, na 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 na, woo, oh oh, na 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 na, woo, oh, na 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 na, woo, na na na, woo, na na na. Put on my rain boots, my favorite chiffon dress. I don't care today what the neighbors might say. Put on my rain boots, my favorite chiffon dress. I don't care today what the neighbors might say. Cause I could stay inside and type away inside. Oh, make today just a little less Monday. Oh.
Okay, I was gonna film, but let me finish work really quick and then I'll be able to film. I'm showered though. I just went to Muay Thai. Put on a cute little outfit just because I'm filming. I will do this and then I will be able to film and talk to you. So give me 1 second. Wow. You ever finish a day and you're like, wow, I did it? I will say, I feel like in my old room, I didn't have any places to sit on the floor to film, but now I can sit on the floor all day, which I'm not complaining about, you know? Just chat. I'm not gonna let myself film for over half an hour because, God, can you imagine watching a half-hour video of me? So I wrote down some notes. How are you? What's up? What's new? What's the word on the grapevine? Have you been well? Are you okay? It's been a long time. My hair down in my lower back. I just wanted to say hi. I have so many ideas for this channel now that I've actually like sat down and written stuff down and vision boarded, mood boarded, journaled, all of the kinds of things involved. I finally feel ready. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how to structure this. Okay, so the way I'm structuring this is that I have concrete update and then any thought that comes branches off of it. I live in San Francisco now. I live down the street from my brother, who, as we all know, is my bestie for the restie, and before the rest. It's been fun. It's been fun. I'm also a hermit though. I'm very much so hermit vibes. I live with my boyfriend, who I love very much. Things are normal. Also, like, I think this is a necessary step. Trying to learn how to live with some sense of constancy without having so many built-in changes and upheavals every 3 months, you know, like especially if you are on the quarter system. In college, it's just like you're just ping-ponging around, or not only from obviously the pandemic, it's gonna feel different. And I've been trying to create seasons for myself. Just the concept that I can't just be shepherded around from here to there and have my goals defined for me, turns out was really daunting. Even though I don't like people telling me what to do, yeah, it turns out that finding your own goals, defining your own seasons of your own little sitcom, that's a lot of creative control. So I'm just starting to get excited about it. So now I also have a job. Crazy. When I was first making videos, I was freelancing and then I was living at home, so no rent, no bills. And I was making YouTube videos and I would spend like 30 hours a week like editing YouTube videos. I was grinding. I was learning so much. Yeah, now I have a full-time job and it is a fully remote job and it is at a startup, and I had a lot of trouble adjusting. I am, at the end of the day, incredibly grateful to be working, to have such a flexible schedule, to be in this setup, to have such a nice manager, to have such a nice coworker. There's an element of like, this is it. I'm living life right now. Like, I'm not waiting for anything to come up in the future. I'm not waiting for anything to change. Like, I am living it now and I need to change it now or do something about what I'm doing now, more or less. And that's a hard pill to swallow when you're so tired. I also get chronic migraines from screen time. I would kind of just push through things and I have been getting really regular migraines, and that's exhausting. For a long time, I could not even fathom having any sort of creative practice. It's hard. There's no one size fits all solution to any of this. All I can do is talk about my own experience. I didn't feel ready to face outwards. I was so in such an internal place for a while, and like I couldn't bring myself to want to do anything. Yo, I was sad. I was so sad. I was sad. Not as bad as college though. Nothing is bad. Nothing is as bad as how I felt in undergrad though. So it was just kind of a dullness or an inertia. You have to add your own demarcations to your life because it will kind of feel amorphous. I mean, obviously in the negative sense, like life will always throw something at you. But in terms of positive bookends and chapters, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself for a while to be like, what is the thing, capital T thing, that I'm gonna do after work? Like, what's gonna be my after work thing with my free time? When I know that in my heart of hearts, I do everything. Like, anything I want to do, I'll do it. I know that I have a curiosity and a range and a seasonal rhythm to my life. So like, why try to pin myself down into my one thing when I can do something and then be like, okay, I'm gonna do this for 3 months. I'm gonna do this for summer. I'm gonna do this for the fall. Evaluate if I wanna keep doing it at the end of that thing, or naturally find a new thing to wanna try. I mean, not everyone's like this. Like my my boyfriend, like he has his things that he does. And I think living with him kind of pressured me in that way to be like, if he has things, I should have my thing. My thing is just doing stuff and trying stuff out. So yeah, far less input these days. Like there's way less input because I'm meeting less people. I'm only working and like I only control the channels that I watch, the content I consume. You gotta seek out new perspectives. Read a book. More about work-life balance another time. In terms of present day updates, I am graduating this weekend, so that will be odd. That's, it's fun because I feel like I had already entered the era of no more celebrating me. I kind of was already settled in the fact that like there would be no more set milestones for me to kind of rally myself around. So it's kind of exciting, but also kind of like, okay, like low stakes about the whole affair.
Graduates, I am delighted to recognize publicly your receipt of your degrees.
When I was younger, I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. I'm back, and that gym is sick. People are sick. So yeah, so that's something I'm starting. And then also, of course, the YouTube, and then I might start a newsletter. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have been studying astrology for the past 2 years. It now like deeply, like so deeply informs every single aspect of my life. I love it. Like it is the only thing that makes everything make sense. The way that I've learned to build trust in myself, the way I've learned to build trust in timing, in time in general, how I've learned to like stop efforting so much, but also how to be in tune with my body and with my feelings and my urges and my desires and also my reservation. Everything makes so much more sense now. It makes more sense in the fact of like, man, nothing makes sense, but we can come up with a very robust structure with which to make sense of things. And that's kind of the business that I like to be in. I like absurdity, but then suddenly like astrology gives me the framework to hold absurdity. Little containers, but containers is too rigid of a structure to imagine it in. There are so many, like let's say I'm looking at a photo. Okay, here's the worst metaphor in the entire world. I don't know how to describe it. It just gives new language to life when it seems like there's so little to hang on to. Since I've been spending so much time in my room with so little stimuli, like I had said, so little input, being able to take even the most minute of input something in my life and see it mirrored in something as vast, like sublime as a whole entire planet moving. The fact that I can see parallels between something like Venus entering a certain sign and then being like, oh, my dog came into my life in that when that happened. Like it feels like such a random connection, but it makes everything have like an extra layer of like, you know, like extra layer of deliciousness that is so vibrant and so good. And I'll explain it more later. I'll explain it better sometime. Definitely plan to make a video of like what exactly I use astrology for in my everyday life, like how that looks. To think about it all the time. I literally think about it all the time. I don't talk to people about it. Like I'm never like, what's your sign? Like whenever I meet people, because I'm too shy to do it and people are weird about it sometimes. I don't do that, but like every time, like if I have a close family friend and they have some snafu happen to them or something good happens to them, I'm like, And I know their chart. I'm like, Interesting. I don't know, I just feel like I'm watching a movie. I'm watching a lot of movies and they're all connected. I don't know. And the last thing, actually the most recent thing, I actually talked about this in therapy today with Sherry. You know how like the entire premise of the blog I started when I was 16 was like trying to find myself, and they were basically monthly re-declarations of my personality and my outlook on life. Every month I would do that basically, or even every week, like it was like a new revelation. And I'm not shitting on that at all. Like that is so beautiful that I do that, and I know that I do that. But and also, as Barbara Yaffe, the wonderful astrologer who gave me a reading on my birthday, and wonderful friend and wonderful teacher, she said that I am in the hallway between personalities when I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what the script is. When I meet new people these days, because I'm so used to being in small communities where there being a lot of context and like pretense and like how we're gonna act with one another because we kind of like have heard of one another or something, or we're in like a very structured environment. Now I'm just meeting new people and I don't know what the rules are, or I don't know what my codes of being a person are. And I'm like not present because I'm so anxious and reactionary in a lot of these situations. I find myself falling back on a lot of like the people-pleasing patterns that were so supposed to be surefire ways of like gaining favor or like feeling good in some sort of interaction. But I'm trying to, you know, be more authentic to myself, be more truthful to the people I interact with, and be more present and engage with people from a place of intention and honesty that isn't just trying to like people please and like get the good dopamine of like, hey, they laughed at me, hey, they like me. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not gonna try to figure it out because that suggests reaching some sort of conclusion, but basically I'm trying to practice being there, thinking, being more thoughtful about what I'm trying to say, how I want to make the other person feel while still retaining my truth, while still being honest. Have more respect for the interaction, knowing that I don't have to be accepted by everyone or enthusiastically accepted by everyone even. So I don't know where that went, but it's kind of what the latest hot goss from one part of my brain to the other part of my brain is. So anyway, I've been speaking for a long time. That's where I'm at. That's what's new. And so some reminders for myself as I embark on this journey. I just want to share with you what my intentions are with this channel. 3 of the things I'm focusing on are that I'm just trying to practice, like practice. And I say practice because a lot of my life has felt like a performance. Like, from the people pleasing to the preparing in order to like someday do the one thing right. I've been very fixated on outcomes and success. All of life is about practice and showing up no matter what state you're in. Obviously resting when you need to, but showing up and just trying, and really want to have a creative practice in the same way that I have an astrological practice for my own day-to-day life. Same way that I show up at the gym like every evening, no matter what state I'm in. Like, I want to have this creative practice and also this public facing practice that allows me to show up for myself and accept imperfection and accept not feeling ready. And so like, I want to practice living, immersing myself in each mundane detail and letting it be imperfect and letting myself try things while also trying to come up with these like broad stroke conclusions and goals and like moments of like leveling up that I try to pursue. I feel like the latter is more something that it's like a thing that I'm partial towards, coming up with my next big thing and like my newest obsession and my newest interest and my new thesis for whatever period of time. But I gotta show up for those thoughts, those big ideas, you know? So the second thing that I also want in this journey is to trust, is to like honor my perspective, because I do believe that I have important and thoughtful and impactful things to say, and I want to share myself with you, but I can't do that if I'm psyching myself out all the time. I can't do that if I don't trust the process of being in this conversation. I can't be scared of like people seeing me, and I can't be scared of changing, or I can't be scared of going back on what I said, or like changing my image or transforming in any way. Like, I can't, for some reason, have a lot of hesitation behind putting myself out there these days, because I'm like, oh, but like, what if I think something different like soon? Or what if I don't like the work that I put out like a month ago? Or what if I'm not ready yet and it's bad? Or what if I'm not ready yet? Like, what if I'm not pretty enough right now or something? Or what if I'm not doing interesting enough things? I don't know, girl, I don't know. Trusting myself, trusting time, and letting myself, you know, show up. And this is all to say that I am practicing and building a habit out of trusting the process. And that's like, I feel like that's a muscle in my brain that I need to work, is trusting the process. But if I really want to reach the state of being that I envision for myself, which is like content and present and loving and engaged, resilient. I know I'm all those things now, but if I want to get to a higher octave of that, because I still feel pretty like, right now. I need to practice immediately going to the thought of like, I need to trust the process. I need to just keep showing up because time's gonna do its work as long as I continue showing up. Because I want to contribute more to this concept of this life cycle process of creativity, where it's like you consume things, you consume media, you compost it by ingesting it and incorporating it into your being, and then you create things. And I've been lacking on the creating side of it. Like I want to, like I've just gotten so out of whack. I'm such a I just have feel so either unmoored or in the ground, like just like neck deep in some dirt. Anyway, that's me. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed this life update. I just talked my little heart out. I should start a podcast. I love you. I will see you next week, maybe. Please let me know how you've been the last year in the comments, or just like one new thing that's changed in the past year. I'd love to know. I really would love to know. So I love you. I will see you next time. Have a great day. I love you. Be safe, be healthy, be kind, drink lots of water, eat protein, eat your vegetables, take your vitamins. Love you. Goodbye. Get lots of sleep. Get 8 hours. I've been trying to get more sleep. Journal, clean your room if you'd like to. Go outside, get some sunlight, call your loved ones, tell them hello. I should go eat dinner. I love you. Goodbye. I'll see you next week.